dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ Nukia, your girl.
Sierra Nicole.
Back on the channel with History of Japan. Now, we just did History of the entire world, I guess. Keyword. I guess. None of y'all honestly know any history of the entire world. We just know what the history books tell us, right?
Oh, I'm
Because
sorry.
none of us lived it. So how will we know the true history of it besides somebody telling us? That's all it is. And then, honestly, bro, some of y'all just don't understand when somebody might be trolling and might not be 100% serious. So just don't take everything with a, you know what I'm saying?
Just take everything with a grain of salt. Come on.
Oh, so with that being said, man, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first support, all you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
Facts. Let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. Let's check out these history facts, man.
Japan is an island by the sea filled with volcanoes and it's beautiful. In the year -1 billion, Japan might not have been here. In the year -40,000, it was here, and you could walk to it, and some people walked to it. Then it got warmer, some icebergs melted, it became an island, and now there's lots of trees, because it's warmer. So now there's people on the island, they're basically sort of hanging out in between the mountains, eating nuts off trees, and using the latest technology, like stones and bowls. Ding dong, it's the outside world, and they have technology from the future, like really good metal and crazy rice farms. Now you can make a lot of rice really quickly. That means if you own the farm, you own a lot of food, which is something everybody needs to survive. So that makes you king. Rice farming and rice kingdoms spread across the land, all the way to here. The most important kingdoms were here, and here. But this one was the most important, ruled by a heavenly super person, or emperor for short. Knock knock, get the door, it's religion. The new prince wants everyone to try this hot new religion from Biekt. Please try this religion, he said. No, said it.
How you do? He said,
A heavenly super person, or emperor for short. Knock knock, get the door, it's religion. The new prince wants everyone to try this hot new religion from Biekt. Please try this religion, he said. No, said everybody. Try it, he said. No, said everybody again, quieter this time. And so the religion was put into place, and all the rules that came with it. Then the government was taken over by another clique, and they made some reforms, like making the government govern more, and making the government more like China's government, which is a government that governs more. Hi, China, they said. Hi, dipshit, said China. Can you call us something else other than dipshit, said Japan. Like what, said China. How about Sunrise Land, said Japan. And they stole China's alphabet and wrote a book about themselves. And then they made lots of poetry and art and another book about themselves. Then they stopped moving the capital every time the emperor died and kept it in one place for a while, right here. And they conquered the north, finally. Get that squared away. A rich hipster named Kukai is bored with modern Buddhism, visits China, and learns a better version, which is more spiritual. Comes back, reinvents the alphabet, and causes art and literature to be great for a long time. And the royal palace turned into such a dream world of art that they really didn't give a shit about running the country. So if you live outside the palace, how are you supposed to protect your shit from criminals? Hire a samurai. Everyone started hiring samurai. Rich, important people hired samurai. Poor people who could not afford to hire samurai did not hire samurai. The samurai became organized and powerful, more powerful than the government. So they made their own military government. Here, they let the emperor still be emperor, but the shogun is actually in control. Breaking news, the Mongols have invaded China. We've invaded.
That's crazy. But I could, 100% that's believable, because if the samurai becomes the protector, all they have to do now is join together.
Yeah. And
they become the biggest threat. And y'all are already afraid of something. Like, y'all hired the samurai because y'all was afraid of everyone.
To protect.
And now y'all have no protection because now they smart as fuck. But we see stuff like this going on even to this day. In certain parts of the world, you know. But hey.
Said the Mongols.
Please respect us, or else we might invade you as well.
Okay, said Japan. So the Mongols came over, ready for war, and died in a tornado. But they tried again, and had a nice time fighting with the Japanese, but then died in a tornado. Then the emperor overthrows the shogunate. Then the shogunate overthrows him back and moves to Kyoto and makes a new shogunate. And the emperor can still dress like an emperor if he wants, that's fine. Now there's more art. Like painting with less colors, collaborative poetry, plays, monkey fun, tea parties, gardening, architecture, flowers. It's time for who's going to be the next shogun. Usually it's the shogun's kid, but the shogun doesn't have a kid. So he tries to get his brother to quit being a monk and be the next shogun. He says okay, but then the shogun has a kid. So now who's it going to be? Vote now on your phones. And everyone voted so hard that the palace caught on fire and burned down. The shogun actually didn't care. He was off somewhere doing poetry. And the whole country broke into pieces. Everyone is fighting with each other for local power, and it's anybody's game. Knock knock, it's Europe. No, they're not here to take over. They just want to sell some shit, like clocks, and guns, and Jesus. So that's cool, but everyone's still fighting each other for control, now with guns. And wouldn't it be nice to control the capital, which right now is puppets, with no one controlling them? This clan is ready to make a run for it, but first they have to trample this smaller clan, which is in the way. Surprise, the smaller clan wins, and the leader of that clan steals the idea of invading the capital and invades the capital. And it goes very well. He's about halfway through conquering Japan when someone who works for him kills him, and then someone else who works for him kills them, and that guy finishes conquering Japan. And then he confiscated everybody's swords, and made some rules. And now I'm going to invade Korea, and then hopefully China, he said.
Yo, that is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yo. Again, don't know if it's true or not, whatever. Y'all know, hey, if it's history, it's history. Get it? It's history.
Failed and also died. But before he died, he told these 5 guys to take care of his 5-year-old son until he's old enough to be the next ruler of Japan. And the 5 guys said, yeah, right. It's not going to be this kid. It's going to be one of us, because we're grown-ups. And it's probably going to be this guy, who happens to be way more rich and powerful than the others. A lot of people support him, but a lot of people support not supporting him. They have a fight, and he wins, and starts a new government, right here. And he still lets the emperor dress like an emperor, and have very nice things. But don't get confused, this is the new government, and they are very strict. So strict they close the country. No one can leave, and no one can come in. Except for the Dutch, if they want to buy and sell shit, but they have to do it right here. Now that the entire country was not at war with itself, the population increased a lot. Business increased, schools were built, roads were built, everyone learned to read, books were published, there was poetry, plays, sexy times, puppet shows, and Dutch studies. People started to study European science from books they bought from the Dutch. We're talking geography, skeletons, physics, chemistry, astronomy, and maybe even electricity. Over time, the economic and cultural prosperity began to gradually slow down. Knock knock. It's the United States, with huge boats, with guns. Gunboats. Open the country. Stop having it be closed, said the United States. There was really nothing they could do, so they signed a contract that lets the United States, Britain, and Russia visit Japan anytime they want. Choshu and Satsuma hated this. That sucks, they said. This sucks. And with almost very little outside help, they overthrew the shogunate and somehow made the emperor again and moved him to Edo, which they renamed Eastern Capital. They made a new government, which was a lot more Western.
Did you peep that?
Moved him to Edo, which they renamed Eastern Capital.
Is that supposed to be Tokyo now? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I ain't know none of it. I ain't gonna hold you. I always like the number one country I've always been like, hey, if I ever visit one, because I love like their culture, especially with the technology and how forward thinking they are, and they don't think like I'd be inspired, like because it does look like such a beautiful country, and that's been the country I was just like, hey, if I ever visit somewhere outside the U.S., like everybody want to be going to these same spots. I'm like, sign me up for Tokyo, yo.
They made a new government, which was a lot more Western. They made a new constitution that was pretty Western, and a military that was pretty Western. And do you know what else is Western? That's right, it's conquering stuff. So what can we conquer? Korea. They conquer Korea, taking it from its previous owner, China, and then go a little bit further. And Russia rushes in out of nowhere and says, "Stop, no, you can't take that. We were going to build a railroad through here to try to get some warm water." And Russia builds their railroad, supervised by a shit ton of soldiers. And then when the railroad was done, they downgraded to a fuck ton. Did I say downgrade? I meant upgrade. And Japan says, "Can you maybe chill?" And Russia says, "How about maybe you chill?" Japan is kind of scared of Russia. You'll never guess who's also kind of scared of Russia. Great Britain. So Japan and Great Britain make an alliance together so they can be a little less scared of Russia. Feeling confident, Japan goes to war against Russia, just for a moment, and then they both get tired and stop. It's time for World War I. The world is about to have a war, because it's the 1900s and weapons are getting crazy, and all these empires are excited to try them out on each other. Meanwhile, Japan has been enjoying conquering stuff and wants more. And the next thing on their list is this part of China and lots of tiny islands. All that stuff belongs to Germany, which just had war declared on it by Britain because Britain was friends with Belgium, which was being trespassed by Germany in order to get to France to kick France's ass because France is friends with Russia, who was getting ready to kick Austria's ass because Austria was getting ready to kick Serbia's ass because someone from Serbia shot the leader of Austria's ass. Or actually shot him in the head. And Britain is currently friends with Japan, so you know what that means. Duh, Japan should take the islands, which they wanted to do anyway, so they called Britain on the telly to sort of let them know. And then they did it. And they also helped Britain a little here and there with some errands and stuff. Now the war is over, and congratulations, Japan, you technically fought in the war, which means you get to sit at the negotiating table with the big dudes, where they decided who owns what. And yes, Japan gets to keep all that shit they stole from Germany. You also get to join the post-war mega-alliance, the League of Nations, whose mission...
I'm just trying to piece this stuff.
Oh.
So hold on.
From Germany. You also get to join the post-war mega-alliance, the League...
So, okay. Hey, and don't be trying to come for me in the comments, because y'all be like, how you ain't know all this stuff? There's a lot of shit I know y'all don't know. So just chill. But this is crazy, though. You knew all this?
Not all of it, no.
You knew how much? What's the percentage of this that you know?
Okay, well, it's not over yet, but I didn't know a lot of the stuff before, like all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a little bit of that, but all the other stuff, like this person, I didn't know all of that in the beginning.
I'm talking about even this though.
But I
ain't
knew
no
some
Germany
of this,
on some of those islands and all that. So where are U.S.? I'm still.
League of Nations, whose mission statement is to try not to take over the world. The Great Depression is bad, and Japan's economy is now crappy, but the military is doing just fine, and it invades Manchuria. In the League of Nations, it's like, no, don't do that. If you're in the League of Nations, you're not supposed to take over the world. And Japan said, how about I do anyway? And Japan invaded more and more and more and more of China, and was planning to invade the entire East.
You've got mail.
It's from Germany, the new leader of Germany. He has a cool mustache, and he's trying to take over the world and needs friends. This also got forwarded to Italy. They all decided to be friends because they had so much in common. It's time for World War II. Germany is invading the neighbors. Then they invade the neighbors' neighbors. Then the neighbors' neighbors' neighbors, who happened to be Britain, said, holy shit. And the United States started helping Britain because they are good friends, and started not helping Japan because they're friends and our friends are not friends. Plus they're planning on invading.
So hold on. At one point, Japan didn't fuck with Germany. Then the UK don't fuck with Germany.
Mm-hmm.
But the UK want Japan to stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Japan like, hell no, we're going to do it anyways. And so I guess the UK had to call on America, be like, y'all powerful and strong. We need y'all, fool.
So they...
Yeah, we got y'all, but y'all going to owe us some money.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we don't fuck with them Japans, so y'all can't. So does Japan now join with Germany? Because Germany, y'all just kick Germany ass, right? And so don't that mean Germany's a little weak? Why would you join the weakness? If y'all was able to, you get what I'm saying?
But I guess
you get where I'm going.
But I guess at the end of the day, you stronger.
Nah, bro.
For them it was more.
Japan little though. You can't let the little nigga.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
Neighbors, who happened to be Britain, said, holy shit. And the United States started helping Britain because they are good friends, and started not helping Japan because they're friends and our friends are not friends. Plus they're planning on invading the entire ocean. The United States is also working on a large, very huge bomb, bigger than any other bomb, ever, just in case. But they still haven't joined the war. War looks bad on TV, and the United States is really starting to care about their image. But then Japan spits on them in Hawaii and challenges them to war. And they say yes. And then Germany, as a symbol of friendship, declares war on the United States also. So the United States goes to war in Europe, and they help the gang chase Germany back into Germany. And they also start chasing Japan back into Japan. And they haven't used the bomb yet and are curious to see if it works, so they drop it on Japan. They actually drop two. The United States installed a new government, inspired by the United States government, with just the right ingredients for a post-war economic miracle. And Japan starts making TVs, VCRs, automobiles, and camcorders as fast as they can, and also better than everybody else. They get rich, and the economy goes wild, and then the miracle wears off. But everything's still pretty cool, I guess. Bye.
pie.
I wonder. Ooh, you know what's so crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Because none of this stuff is like too far. Like this history ain't history. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's still people alive that fought in World War II, right? Some people, not that many, but it's still. You get what I'm saying?
One or two.
I'm saying, I'm saying, all this hasn't happened to that long ago.
Yeah.
So, like, basically what I'm saying is what's really stopping them from going at odds to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we can see a lot of stuff is going on right now that could possibly fuel a World War III, you know what I'm saying? And God forbid, I ain't trying to be a part of no World War, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's like, cause a lot of this, I thought, did you know it was 2 bombs?
Mm-mm.
I knew it was 1, but I didn't know it was 2.
Or if I did know or heard about it, I've forgotten.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. But no. So some of this was, well, a good handful. Yeah, I said a good handful. Like I knew some of the history, but like I said, I didn't know like the
deep histories.
The beginning history, like with all like that history with that. But I did know like
the World War I type stuff.
Yeah, I knew that type of stuff because we learned that type of stuff in school. But then it's been a while though.
I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I was doing in school, especially in history and geography?
Sleep.
I ain't gonna hold you, bruh.
I was asleep because most people would sleep.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie. History and geometry was one of those things, like, it was hard to like, stay focused because a lot of those teachers was just boring.
Well, I was just about to say that it depends on what teacher you had.
Like, you just be like...
You just had to, yeah.
Or some of it just felt as though it was repetitive with the way they talk.
I guess for me, I was lucky enough to have some pretty good teachers because most of the teachers I had were a little younger than.
I'll say this: you really cared about school.
I mean, I guess you really say that.
From the conversation we both had.
I mean, yeah, I cared about school, but I'm saying I guess you could say that was the reason why I stayed up in classes. Like, no, I did. I actually cared about my academic.
You cared about.
Not saying you didn't, but I'm just saying.
But you want me to tell you what's so crazy though?
Yeah.
We both graduated high school.
Okay, you always
we both went to college.
My goodness.
We both got degrees.
And so, but you always
I'm just saying.
That,
so,
still,
reason why I'm saying it because the A and B don't make who you are in life, and a D and a F don't either. But
still, you like, well, I still didn't know, but you probably would have known if you wouldn't sleep.
But I'm still successful in life,
but
regardless.
That's not the point. My gosh, come on.
That's all I'm saying.
Anyway.
So, hey, if you are struggling in this school and you need some encouragement, just know where you are in life right now doesn't dictate where you will be in your future.
Duh. But yes.
I'm just saying some encouraging words. That ain't come. Some people need encouragement.
No, I'm still.
You talking about this common sense?
I'm not talking about y'all. I'm still salty off of him. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. You can encourage people all day. Because
you might make C's and D's.
But I'm salty off of you.
Maybe an F every now and then.
Discredit me.
And just know that you can still be successful and richer than them teachers.
Facts, most definitely. You sure can. Go ahead, encourage some more.
Because everybody know a teacher's salary ain't always.
Okay. Anyway, come on.
Hey, but it's still very informal. Informative.
Anyway.
Shut up, because you be trying to play me.
I'm not. You trying to play me.
I ain't playing you.
Listen,
all I said was we both still graduated high school. We both still went off to college and was able to graduate and have degrees and become successful in life. So everybody, because some people be too pressed on academics and only think academic.
I wasn't pressed on academics.
No, I'm not talking about you. I said some people be so pressed that I need an A, I need A's. I can only be successful if I only get A's in life. Not knowing like some stuff you gonna learn in life.
Along the way.
And some things people don't learn that's actually very important in life until later.
I feel you.
And so they be a little lost on that.
That's it. That's all. I feel you.
Hey man, make sure y'all spam us up in the comments. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions. I gotta deep dive more in this history shit. For real.
Well, maybe if you didn't fall asleep in class, you would have known something.
I know what I know. That's all I know.
Okay, come on.
And I get paid for what I know.
Okay, baby. Come on.
Hey, man. I do go with the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
Come on, see.
Come on.
I do go with the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are?
Kid and C.
We are, y'all.
Ain't no time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partner.